The whole thing there is that not everything in the TRC report is wrong. The one that is very much questionable is the one that incriminated citizens of their involvement in crimes against humanity. Now, what was the yardstick that the TRC used? When those who appear before TRC did not see the would-be victims, the accusers. Our judicial system calls for the accused facing the accuser and giving the accuser, the accused, due process. Okay? Mm-hmm. If you say Senator Johnson raped, which I never done in my life, I have to know who I raped. I have to not be told who I raped, but I have to see who I raped. I must be given due process. But when you call me and you say, well, the TRC is not a court, it's just to come and tell the truth and reconcile with the aim to meeting your would-be accuser. And if you did something to the accuser, you say, I'm sorry, if you can remember. And so, but that was not the case. We were invited individually to narrate our experience of the war. And after that, the TRC wanted to use our narration to convict us. That is not done anywhere in the code of law. Due process is what our constitution requires. So if you say Senator Johnson massacre, you have to be able to say exactly where the massacre took place, the site, so that independent journalists or independent interested people will let to go and make inquiry in that particular site. But when you leave the whole thing vague and say the man massacre, no one knows where he massacred. You just say it's a massacre. He massacred 200,000 people. Where?
And who says so?
And who says so? It's the same body talking. So you know, when you leave a gap for doubt, then how do we implement such report? How? The report, I went from the beginning to the end. What it says there mostly about my organization, INPFL, is that the INPFL was the most disciplined organization among the different factions, and yet claimed that I killed the most. So in my organization that I control is branded as the most disciplined. In the TRC, then you say I'm the one who got it. You know, it's questionable.
So, Senator.
So in other words, the TRC did not give due process of law to those incriminated in crime against humanity.
So, Senator, still on this TRC report, there were, apart from those issues that you raised, in general, how do you view the TRC report? It is best for the people of Liberia, or?
The TRC was brought here not by Senator Johnson. It was brought here by the crafter, the politicians, the warring faction leaders. I was in Nigeria. They chose truth and reconciliation. And they said they didn't want war crime court. So how dare you bring TRC and want to change that on the ground, change that to war crime court on the ground, when the war crime court was what you should have chosen there? That's my question. If you want a war crime court, thank God. Nobody's above the law. If you feel that we did something wrong and there was a need to prosecute us, then when you went to Ghana and they gave you two options, war crime court and TRC, why did they refuse the war crime court and choose TRC? They choose not Senator Johnson. I was in Nigeria, they brought TRC here. And they had brought war crime court here, and I was indicted for whatever crime they thought I committed. I will come.
What day are you referring to? Saying day?
Whoever was present in Ghana.
You said the politicians.
The politicians, the warring faction, they crafted the TRC. They crafted the Accra Peace Accord.
So, what are the challenges now in reconciling Liberia? What do you see? What do you suppose the challenges are?
Well, first of all, there are so many challenges. But to begin with, I told you earlier, our people have begun the process of reconciliation. You see, in Grand July already they are there. And we drive midnight to go to any country here, there's no trouble on us. And no tribe is revenging against any tribe for what they consider that tribe to have done during the war. That is all past. So we have begun the process. It's just to develop more, to develop more on it and to not do those things that once broke us apart.
So Senator, let me just take it now to the issue.
Well, let me just do a follow-up, then you come. You see, you have just said there are so many challenges.
Well, I just gave you some.
Yeah, you gave.
There are still some shortcomings.
Yeah, of course.
We talk about one of the challenges I will talk about again is limiting our peace and reconciliation to Grand July and Nimba. That is unfair. We are yet to still bring forward for the reconciliation the gun suppliers. The gun suppliers, the training base providers. Because the weapons that were used in the conflict were all conventional weapons, Western-made weapons. The country boys from Grand July and Sano and Nimba, Grand Cru, Bassa, Egbapolu, where did they know to go for training? How much did they have to buy weapons? So the challenges, one of the challenges, like I said, is finding it difficult to bring forward those who produce the weapons, who provide the weapons. They probably don't want to be known, or don't want to stand firm and say, we provide it, we need to be part of it too. The reconciliation must be in total.
Okay.
You can't say Grand July Nimba. That is bad. So what is stopping them from coming forward? Who supported Tila? Who supported Ulimo? Who brought Leret? Who put Model together? Who brought LPC? The organizers, not the players alone on the field. The footballers were there playing, but those who financed the footballers and bought the equipment, where are they in the process?
Who bought the jerseys now?
Who bought the jerseys? In the absence of all of these people, we are moving on with reconciliation, but it's incomplete.
Many people view the TRC report to be another tool that Liberians could use for reconciliation.
I don't know how. There are people who say people should not commit crime, go with impunity. But if you want to punish, then you should have brought a war crime court. That's why I keep telling you keep asking the same question. You left the war crime court and chose TRC because you wanted background to be background. Like in Ghana, after the reconciliation through the TRC, they didn't punish anybody. After the TRC in Nigeria, Oputa panel, they didn't punish anybody. So we found the South African matter. That's what we brought here. But in Liberia, they hate you so much. When you don't have one card, Peter Paul guy, you want to kill him. You see us living beautiful life, good life is why you make it. Life is how you live it. Your determination, your resolve to move forward and achieve better things in life before you pass on. So when you get something better going for you, others don't have to say, you're going to walk around cool, man. Oh yeah, walk around cool, man. Yeah, thank God for walk around cool. Why you didn't bring it from the beginning?
Senator, let me just take you a bit to